Hi, I'm Allo, and this is my primary account, say Allo. I've been playing on this account exclusively for like the last 3 years, and this is my first YouTube video ever. So, try to bear with me here. The reason I made this video is because I recently got rank 1, and I promised some people that I would do a bank vid when I achieved it. So here it is. I'm going to do a quick intro first though, because since this is my first video ever, kind of just to introduce myself. So if you want to skip ahead to the bank vid, if you're just here for that, just go ahead and scroll down in the description. I'll put a time for my bank vid. I'll probably go through my Slayer and boss logs on the Ring of Wealth, and maybe my POH. I'll just go through those things real quickly. I'll put most of the time into my bank vid though, because I know a lot of you guys wanted that. So yeah, as for me, I started in 2005. I can't really recall how I found out about the game. I think it was like maybe like from a pop-up or something. It wasn't mini clip. I don't really remember what, but around 2005, I just made an account off the bat and started questing right away. Just a huge fan of quests back then. It was just, kind of a completionist mindset, gave me something to go for when you just pretty much starting with nothing. I'm sure a lot of you guys started the same way. But yeah, I got a quest cape around like 2007-ish. Still playing on and off. I was a huge fan of the Barbasol minigame. Got all items in that. Played that a lot when it came out in 2007. Casually. Didn't take anything too serious. Huge fan of Major Range Combat. I really enjoyed distant combat. I didn't really care for melee too much. And I also played very Ironman-like. Not completely, but very, very similar aspects. I used the G once in a while, just for stuff that was like really difficult to get or was a really long grind. I would go to the G or trade for it. But most of the things I tried to get myself when I played back then. That was around in 2008, 2009-ish. I got my Questcape back in 2009, doing Walk Up the Sleeps. I did that at 88 combat, pretty sure. I didn't really care for the items or rewards or anything like that. I just cared for just to get my Questcape back. And then I just stopped playing a month after that. Very, very casually. Didn't take the game serious at all, as I'm sure a lot of you guys did the same. Just for in real life stuff and college and stuff. So fast forward to 2014 when I found out about Old School, early 2014, so about like a year after it came out. Oh, by the way, I can't recover my old RS3 account anymore. I used to just log in once in a while, like every year or two or whatever, and just log in, just relive memories, nostalgia, give away 100 or 200k to like F2P world on F2P world, even though it wasn't much. I think I sold a Santa like right before I quit, so I had like a random just like 30 mil laying around. But yeah, I found out about Old School in 2014. Oh, the reason I can't recover is because AIM had this thing where you have to sign in. It started in January. You have to sign in every like 30 days or something like that, or they delete your account. So I found out about it a few months ago. I tried to sign in on my AIM account. If you guys remember AIM Messenger, and I couldn't sign in. They said it was deleted for inactivity. So I can't recover that, but it doesn't really matter because I'm pretty much enveloped in Old School anyway. So not a big deal for me. But okay, 2014 rolls around, and I found out about Old School. I'm pretty sure I found out about it by just trying to. I just wanted to log into my old RS3 account, and I probably noticed it in like the top corner. I think it's the same as it was back then. It's just up in the corner, very. You can barely tell it's there. Old School. So I log in, I make an account right away, and I start doing quests, of course, just like I did back in the day. And got a quest cape pretty quickly. I think I got it in about like a month and a half, 2 months. Um, Still playing casually, on and off. But this time I prioritized range and mage almost exclusively. Tried to keep it high defense, low attack strength. Try to keep it in the 90 to 100 combat bracket. For no reason, just a novelty basically. And like I wanted to PK, but I wasn't good. So it was like, okay, let me shape this account like I'm gonna PK, even though when I start I'm just gonna suck at it. Um, but yeah, just did like train Slayer, played very casually. Um, Got in the 99 range. Um, Farming was my highest non-combat skill. I've always liked farming, and the same thing with Barbasol. Got all the Barbasol items and stuff like that. But basically, pretty casually. Um, didn't take the game too seriously until Iron Man rolled around at the end of 2014. So I played that account for basically 7 to 8 months ish, and then Iron Man comes out near the end, October 2014, and I tell myself I'm gonna take this account like a little more seriously than just like messing around. Might try to compete in the high scores. Obviously, same thing. Started with the quest cape. Got it. I think it was like fourth or fifth. I think it was the fifth, the quest cape. Now, I've always had a full time job, so I've never been able to, race anybody to first or second to anything, pretty much. But just had so much fun with it. Love the play style. Always liked the Iron Man play style. And after I got my quest cape, basically just skilled here and there. Did some quests, did some mini games. Well, I had my quest cape, excuse me, but I just did some mini games, trying to just mess around a bit. Didn't train officially. Like it did monkfish for fishing, strung bows for fletching, maples for wood cutting. It was basically casual, nothing. I think that was before tick manipulation was out anyway. But yeah, just did that for a while, and then Achievement Diary came out, and that was another thing that a really cool goal that I started to go for. So I went for that. I was pretty sure I was the fourth one to that. I think Leslie and Lilidor, they were both 1 and 2. Those two were 1 and 2, first and second for a lot of things. Basically, those guys play a lot, but and we're super efficient too, to add on top of it. But yeah, so I would think it was a fourth to Achievement Diary cape. So after that, I was kind of like, okay, what do I do now? I'm at a crossroads. So I can either basically start PVMing and try to collect as many PVM jobs as I can and go that route, or I can continue skilling and try to compete in the high scores as much as I could. I'm pretty sure I was on the front page at that point. Pretty sure Achievement Diary cape put me on the front page. And it was just a lot more motivating to skill than the PVM. I've always had a skiller mentality. So I took that route and got to a point where I had to kill 9k Zora. That was the meta a couple years back. Kill 9k Zora and just use all the items from Zora and try to skill. Skill your way to max. And I got to about 4 or 5k, and then I really started to lose interest. I was really getting burnt out. I'm like, alright, I've done half the grind, a little over half. Now it's getting kind of tough. I'm kind of burning out, and I need some motivation. So what I did was I started streaming. I've always hung out in Ironfell. I'm sure you know him. His CC and his stream and stuff. And he kind of motivated me to start streaming. I think it was rank 4 at the time, something around there. So I did, and I started streaming my Zoro grind, and it motivated me a lot. Just like reading the chat, and after work every day, it was really awesome. Didn't really have many viewers in the beginning, obviously, like most people. But Fo hosted me a few times, and that really helped me out. and gave me some viewers that would show up every day, basically. And I did that on and off. I wasn't consistent at all at streaming back then, before I was maxed. But it definitely motivated. It helped me once in a while. Like if I just wanted to start streaming, and I wasn't feeling it one day. Just talk to the chat and stuff. But yeah, that motivated me. I got to about 8.2K. Pretty sure that was about the time Deadman was coming out. So another crossroad. I could either start playing Deadman and put this account to the side, which is super hyped. I've never seen a game mode that hyped. It was more hyped than Ironman, just far and away. So I played this account for about a year, and I could either play Deadman mode or stick with this account, finish the Zora grind, start skilling, and basically just go to max. I picked Deadman mode. I'm not going to go into Deadman mode too. I played it for about a few months. I'm not going to go into it too much. I wasn't good at PvP, so I kind of just stuck with the CC and stuck with some friends and stuff. And we just randomly PK'd, did some raids and like Draenor, Wizard Tower and stuff. Uh, yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I don't regret it. I might have stuck around too long. I kind of just AFK'd skilled for like the last like few weeks or whatever, training range and defense. But oh yeah, and I did kill Zora a bit. I had about like 150 kills. Only unique was a Magic Fang, which was probably the worst one you could get. I don't even think I sold it, to be honest. Like, it's still in my bank. If I logged in, I'd probably check my deposit box. It's probably still in there. But yeah, I had fun with it. It kind of died out about like a few months into it, and at that point, I still wasn't ready to go back to my Ironman. So, what I did was I made a pure specifically to kill Zora. And I know this sounds kind of like stupid, but it's one of my favorite bosses, so it wasn't too difficult to make an account like that. So I made an account, a Zora pure, and tried to get the lowest possible combat level to kill Zora. Kill it at level 40 combat. Pretty sure it's still the lowest combat. I've seen a 41 combat kill on Reddit. It's easy to get under 40 now. There's a bunch of things in the game, like Elder Chaos Druid Robes. That probably helps a ton. And I'm sure there's a few other things. But, yeah, I was just motivated to do that for a bit. Played that account for like 3 weeks. Got like 500 kills on it. I got 50 to 75 magic, all with Ivan staff. All magic experience was on Zora. And then after that, kind of just burned out of that. And I came back to my Iron Man. And I was like rank like 11 or 12 or something. But I was super motivated to skill. I think even Devious was ranked above me on that one. Yeah, I needed, after I saw that, I needed a shower. You know, I got some soap and stuff, washed myself up. Ugh, now I don't want to think about that anymore. But yeah, I started skilling. I was super motivated, and there were I think three Iron Men were max at that point. Leslie, Lelidor, and Osiris. Those were the three big guys. And the two people that I was competing with was Zilly and Situation. Situation was way ahead of me, skilling wise, but I'm pretty sure he still had a lot of Zora to do. So I had pretty much all the banked items, and we played about the same amount. Maybe if I played a little bit more, I could have caught up to him. I think I maxed 6 days after him. But I was totally happy with it. I think it was like 2 months after that. And Zilly, on the other hand, I think he maxed like a month after I did. But he was like way behind. He played a lot more. Probably more than me in Situation. But yeah, he played a ton. And that was in April. And so I maxed in April. And then I promised I streamed the max, and I promised my viewers I was going to do a bunch of PVM after I maxed. I wasn't going to do any like post-max skilling or anything like that. I was going to try to get some more items, you know, start God Wars Dungeon. I only had Sarah done at that point. Sarah was the only PVM that I did early, and DKs, of course. But yeah, I started to do God Wars Dungeon, Krill, Bandos. I'll go on all on that stuff when I'm going through my bank because got some pretty crazy RNG on some of those. But yeah, started hunting pets, got all Sire pets, and then I just started the burnout at the end of 2015ish. Um, Excuse me, end of 2016. What am I talking about? And then, so yeah, I got partnered as a streamer in September, um, and then just continued just hunting pets and stuff like that. Got up to like 16, and then Hardcore Ironman comes out, and I could either basically just continue playing this on this account and going for pets, or I could start a Hardcore Ironman. So I chose the Hardcore Ironman route. My main priority when I made the account was to like get the first Zora kill, but I guess I just got caught up too much into the maxing grind, and I did these long grinds like 99 fishing and 99 thieving, and because I was just so motivated to skill, like PVMing for the last 9 or 10 months on my main, I was just so motivated to skill, so I did that instead. And I don't really regret it. I had it. It was super fun. 80 agility, 8300, just early Ironman stuff, just long grinds that I did towards max. Followed Osiris's guide quite a bit. Props to him, by the way. But after I started doing Slayer, I started to realize, like, alright, I'm just doing the same stuff that I'm doing on my Ironman, only I have to be super careful, basically. And I had really close calls. Yeah, I had super close calls, and it was just getting stressful. And I had a lot going on in real life, too, so it was just annoying, basically. It became a nuisance, and it became annoying. So I stopped playing that. And then raids came out. Started doing that. Got lucky with my twisted bow, about 180 rates. And it's kind of funny. I got my bow. They're like, "Oh, cool. You should be super motivated to PVM. You know, don't go back to your hardcore at all." I still just wasn't motivated. I've always been a skiller. I've always had that mentality. So I just started skilling, and I got rank 1, and here I am now. Got one bill maybe like 4 or 5 months after that, after raids came out, and got rank 1 about 2 weeks ago. I never set a goal to get rank 1. I basically set small goals. Well, not small goals. Pretty long-term goals. Like 200 mil fire making. That's a pretty long goal. 50 mil fishing. And now I'm going for 50 mil gatherers. I should be 50 mil hunter tomorrow. I think I just got to get like 1.1 mil at herbivore. So, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. That being said, I'm going to go into my bank video now. I'm sorry that took so long. How long was that? Like, oh my god, that was like 15 minutes. Anyway, I'll go into my bank vid. I'm going to go into that now after I finish this inventory up. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go through my bank. I'm sorry for those of you who sat through that. That was tough. I sat through it like once or twice. Uh, Bless your souls, whoever listened to that entire intro. Whoever did, like, I would be surprised if even a few people did. But anyway, here's my bank vid. I'm gonna go through it kind of as detailed as I can, since this is the first one. I kind of want to, set a bar. I do a lot of skilling. I don't think that's gonna change, so it's probably just gonna go down in value, I'm guessing. I've always kind of kept it organized this way since about like a month after I made this account. I hate moving things around. I hate switching stuff around and like switching it from other tabs and stuff. I can't stand that. I just try to keep everything as organized as possible, basically. And here it is. Okay, so recently made a bunch of battle stabs. I need to alch all these. I think I started at 24k, so kind of just keep all the runes and the stabs, tabs, teleport scrolls, all at the top of my first tab on all accounts, really. Few notables already: 13 smoke battle staffs, 19 steam. I'll go into my krill RNG later. It's ridiculous, and it's a large reason why I have a bunch of these. All the runes. I only craft bloods because I do a lot of inferno tasks, and those use a lot of bloods. You don't really need to make bloods. Blood belt tasks could cover most of them. But if you want to do something extra like inferno tasks, you're gonna need bloods. So I craft them because if you buy them from the Wizards Guild, they're about, if you buy out each world, they're about like 450 average each world. So they get expensive. So I just craft them, and they're like 90% EHP anyway. So the only two I craft is bloods and of course cosmics to charge the orbs for the air battle stabs. Everything else I've gotten from PVM drops, and I buy death runes when I need them. And then here's the souls that I did to 90. Pretty sure that was 90 to 99 rune crafting. Most of these S's from Zora raids, Slayer, and these are all from clues, obviously. Let's see. Keep my utensil stuff right here so I can just quickly get it. Here are all the pots that I'm probably never gonna use. Obviously, I make these into super combats and stuff, and well, I'll use them, but I don't make those. Like here's the pot tab here. I don't keep them in sets of 4. Don't keep them in doses. I just keep them in 4 doses, basically. Now here, I want to call this junk. This is basically junk to me, most of this stuff. Now you're going to see a lot of this stuff in this tab. It's not junk to you, but if I'm never going to use it, and it's never going to help me skill or anything along those lines, I'd pretty much just call it junk. I think most of this stuff, like the untradables, like the heads and 274. There's gonna be a lot of stuff in bulk here that's not gonna be like junk to you, but most of it is to me. 14 shield left taps. I obviously made a shield already. I'm not gonna go into this stuff. I'm just gonna go through it real quickly. I have 2 or 3 more jars, but they're in my house to save bank space. I've always been pressed for bank space. This is a rare sighting, the fact that I actually have a lot more space. Now, obviously the 816 helped with that, the recent update to give us 16 more. But that's almost always filled. The stabs that I got from Superior Encounters, I already have all the Zenite jewelry, of course, and these are the 6 extra shards that I got. Tome of Fire, I got 15 to 200 mil fire making with the gloves. And I have Ballista. I don't have any Wildy shields. I don't have Malediction or Odimort. I just stopped those grinds early. Didn't really go too much into them. Only got a couple shards. But I might go back and get them. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to. I want to, like a piece of like the completionist part of me wants to, but I don't think I'll ever go back. The things from raids, shards, 21 towards prayer scrolls from about a little over 400 raids. I haven't done that many raids compared to other people, but I've done enough for bow and the prayers. That's really all I wanted for the most part. I might go back for ancestral in the future, but for right now, I'm content with what I have now. Oh, and I have ancestral hat, so I need top and bottom. These are just, I'm doing 50 mil hunter through herbivore now, so I'm always gonna have some. I usually clean them at the end of the day, the herbs, but I just keep them over in there. 330 mil. Still have to out a whole bunch of air battle stabs. Pretty much all the money I put into is buyables. I'll just show you real quick. 2 mil. Yeah, 2 mil. What am I talking about? Yeah, 2 mil broad arrows. I was surprised at the number for a second. But yep, 2 mil broad arrows. gold ore, making unfinished pots, construction. There's a few things that you use money for. I'm sure you know, and most of the money is just going to go into those skills like construction, smithing, stuff like that. I'm probably going to start off with fletching because it's 0 time, where you try to keep it as 0 time as possible, and that's what I've been doing with herbivore, and I'll probably do with other skills. Skills I got from Zora, Tokel, recent Numalite, um, and just some other currency, and this is just all the jewelry I have. Quest and music cape. I have the achievement diary cape in my farming tab. That's for tree runs. All the achievement stuff. Slayer bracelets. I use rings of returning for charging air orbs. If you don't do that already, it's worth it. Each ring saves you 50 seconds. I did the math. Pretty sure. So, if I did the math correctly, I suck at math, by the way. I just want to let you guys know that. But I'm pretty sure that's definitely worth making. And then just most of the stuff that I need to grab out quickly for Slayer. These items right here. This is my herb lore and farming tab. I've always tried to keep this organized good. I'm probably never, excuse me, not never. I probably won't use these herbs for a very, very long time. I don't want to basically use all these herbs and then have something faster come out in the future that's going to devalue herb lore. So I'll probably just try to stack these herbs up as high as I possibly can without making any pots. I don't know. I might break. I might collecting secondaries because I don't have that many secondaries banked yet. I'm still gonna have to collect a lot. Red spider eggs, white berries. I've done a lot of KQ, so the shortage is obviously not in wines or potato cactus, as you can see. But I think I've done a little over 6k KQ, and I still do that. I got the pet at like 4,700. I still do it once in a while. I don't like prioritize it or anything like that, but I still do them once in a while. And some fungi I still have to collect. So, yeah, that's pretty much the herb lore. Farming, on the other hand, I've always tried to keep up with. Try to stay as consistent as I can with that. What's my farming experience? Let me just see. Okay, 6.8, so not bad. I do want to get 200 mil farming. That's a goal that me and Lalador share. I'm sure he himself loves farming. But I've tried to keep up with that. I've kept up with that since the beginning of this account. And this is just the seeds I have left over from Wintertide, and I've done a little bit of Slayer since I got 200 mil Wintertide, but I've pretty much planted, I want to say like 80% of them by now. These I'll wrap up soon because I'm doing herbivore right now, so I'll always be doing herb runs. The farming outfit I got very late on, probably like a few months ago, right? Yeah. So I did, yeah, I did that like 62. Yeah, I got a 62 mil farming. Better late than never, right? So I got the farming outfit. Okay, and this is just the gear tab. I actually changed this recently. I used to separate the mage and range stuff from the melee stuff. I used to keep those in 2 tabs, but I wanted another tab here where I could just throw in alkables, like when I'm doing Slayer, just throw them into 1 tab, so I condensed the two. And now it's just basically just all the gear and all the weapons and everything. Done with barrows. My last item was a Torag's helm, 1800. I have over 4,000 in all DKs. So these are all the rings I have, -1, obviously, because for the imbues. 35 Serp helms, 37. 38, excuse me. 38, I have a regular one, and then 2 mutagens on the other 2. I've hardly ever used them. Obviously, they're not worth anymore. I think they were pulling a buff to them, right? And I think that might change soon. I don't remember if that's the helmet or Venom in general. Pretty sure the helmet, but I guess we'll see. 26 Tan's Fang drops from Zora. The other two are for things. And 29 Magic Fangs. One of my staff of the day, one of my Tridents. Fire Capes. So I have a policy on this account. It's kind of loose, it's a little bit subjective, but I try to keep everything that you can't buy in stores, all the drops that you can't buy in stores, I try not to elk those. That goes for like D-Meds, that's like a rare drop table, and D-Axes, D-Chains. I try not to elk any of that stuff. I try to keep that, in this tab. I've elked some Dragon Halberds. Oh, and if I don't have room for it, I elk it. Efficiency comes first. So if like I'm running out of room or something, I'm definitely gonna elk it. But I probably sold some Dragon Halberds probably a couple years ago when the Karamja store was still around and I needed GP. But for the most part, I try to keep all the dragon items. 35 Zami Spears from Krill, from Zamigawar's Dungeon, I have 2 hostas. 2,400 kills, 2,450. That's how long it took me to get my second Zami hilt, which was 800 kills after my first drop that I did not get to pick up because the minions comboed me before I picked it up. That was probably the most tragic moment on this account. Right there, nothing even really comes close to that. I got unlucky for Staff of the Dead. My first Staff of the Dead was 1200 KC, well 1198 to be exact, and my first hilt was 1650, I think, and it took me 2400 to get the last hilt. It's not even in this bank. I made it into a god sword, and it's in the Garden of Tranquility for a master clue step. So it's better off that I don't even look at it and I never see it again, honestly. But I just use it once in a while. But yeah, Gmalls from Gargoyles, Gargoyles from Dark Beast, and then just some more random stuff. Sometimes I elk this. I don't even know why this is here. I never use them. I'll probably throw them in the elk tab eventually and just elk them. And then just some other random stuff. I got my first Ranger boots at 62, and 2 after that until I hit like 140 med clues. I was going for Holy Sandals. They kind of turned out to be useless. But so yeah, I have 3 Ranger boots and 140, so pretty decent med clue RNG right there. 2 Abyssal Daggers from Sire. Abyssal Sire is the best luck I have on this account. I finished all uniques and pet, excuse me, at 285 kills. So that was 3 bludgeon. I got 8 unsireds by 285 kills, and the last one was the last bludgeon piece. So 3 bludgeon pieces, Abyssal Head, which I didn't have yet, Jar of Miasma, the pet, and 2 daggers. Easily, far and away, the best luck that I've had on this account. I saw some guy get pet and all items at like 30 or 40 KC or something crazy on Reddit one time. I was like, damn, this guy beat me. But I was super happy with that. I got pet was my first Sire, 18 KC, nuts. This is just a leftover Barrows. Serpelm variants. I have all the God Wars. I'm done with God Wars Dungeon. I don't know if I said that already, but finish with God Wars Dungeon. If it's not here, it's somewhere. My SGS should be down here for Inferno tasks. That is an Armadillo, and of course my Zami that I already said is in Varrock. Okay, let's see here. Both Ballistas. That didn't take too long. Early 2000s. I'm pretty sure I needed a heavy frame. I forget which one I needed. was the last one I needed. Light or heavy frame? Might have been the light frame actually. To finish off. Oh, no, it was the heavy frame. I remember because that was my first tweet a year ago, or a little over a year ago. Uh, Heavy frame was the last one. It was like early 2000s. All the blessings. Okay, so I still need Ring of the Gods and Tyrannical. I don't know if I'll go back. I'll probably go back for the Tyrannical. That one's pretty useful, especially with the new BGS buff that's coming out. It might motivate me to do Corp. I have 0 Corp KC. I kind of wanted to wait for later to say that, but I might do the BGS buff might motivate me to do Corp. I'm not sure, and of course, before I start Corp, I'll definitely get a Tyrannical ring. So if you see me in the wild and I'm slaying the black bear, don't hurt me, please. All right. If I do future vids, I'll give you a shout out. I don't know, but yeah, just more random stuff. 28 occults from just the Smoke Devils and Thermi. I have all Slayer pets, so I don't have to do any of those anymore. If I get a Smoke Devil task, I'm going to do Smoke Devils. I'm not going to do Thermi. Let's see here. I have Void Elite. Let's see. Okay. So, and this is besides my Twisted Bow, which is right here. That's my other Raids item, Ancestral Hat. Okay. 3 Inferno Capes. It took me about, man, it's tough, like 10 to 15 Inferno runs, I want to say, to get my cape. I got the Zook about 7 or 8 times before I got my first cape. I did it in Void. I used Void, Staff of the Dead, DFS, Rune Arrows, just really crappy gear. Brood arrows, Addy darts. It was really tough. I had two brood doses left, and I was happy to get that done. And I got 2 capes on task. My last Inferno run was actually pretty quick. It was actually pretty quick. I think it was like 92 minutes or something like that. So I'll probably do those. I don't know how much I'm gonna do those when I get the tasks, but I enjoy them. I wish I had a Kodai. It's kind of a pain in the ass with Staff of Dead, but maybe I'll go for a Kodai eventually, and it'll make it a lot easier because manually casting is annoying. Doable, manageable, but it's kind of annoying. And that's part of the reason I'm crafting blood runes, just to build up a surplus of those, so I don't need to go back to Zaya too often. And this is pretty much just the Slayer gear at the bottom. The Bandos, Bandos is my last Skywars Dungeon boss that I completed. I got these back-to-back trips. I was so happy to get those. I'm not a huge fan of Bandos. I was so happy to get those. And that's pretty much sums up. If you have any questions about that, like KCs and or any like RNG or whatever that you're curious about, just let me know in the comments. I'll go into my boss and Slayer log later. Okay, so and this is a kind of a weird tab. This is just like food and stuff. It's kind of random. These are the wines These are the wines I have. 75 mil cooking. I'm pretty sure I have. Just grapes from Zora and KQ, basically. Those add up after a while. The 2 harpoons, those are the only other items I have from raids outside of the bow and hat. Pretty sure that's it, yeah. I don't have like Dragon Sword or Darnaz or anything like that. These are the only 2 I have. And then fish from Wintertide. I don't think I've probably used less than 100 purple sweets since the beginning of the account. I just hoard the hell out of those. And mana rays from Zora and English. I think these are all from Clues. Pretty sure. Okay, this is my ammo tab. Another kind of random one. Iron arrows, steel, myth, adamant, rune. They're kind of hard to see color-wise. I don't know. But rune, dragon, and then these are all the broad arrows I made. Nothing too notable here. I almost never use dragon ammo. I just always try to hoard it. It just goes so fast. It's not worth it for me at least, unless there's another way that comes out in the future where it's easier to get this ammo for us. Pretty much raids for dragon arrows. I'm not gonna do like brutal blacks or anything like that. And then dragon darts are pretty much all from Implinks. Pretty sure the onyx bolt tips are all from clues. I think. Pretty sure. I don't think you get them from much else from that. I haven't done Veen in a while, so this is probably my favorite tab. Just with the organization, I've kept it like this for a long time. It's got a lot of huge stacks of items in it. This is all from raids, Slayer, KQ, gem thieving. I think this is maybe like throw in there like 30 or 40 mil gem nights. Done a lot of crafting experience since then. All the bars. These are all the bars to 99 smithing. All my ore, just from various PVM, dragon bones, logs. How many magic logs have I done? I'm trying to think. I did Wintertide from, I want to say 40 mil to 200 mil. But I think there was a stint where I did magic logs for a while. But magic logs aren't really useful for too much anymore. Like you cut them for like unstrungs or make them arrow shafts and stuff. But besides fire making, they're not that big of a deal. I'm probably never gonna use them unless I run out of U logs or something for arrow shafts for broad arrows. Planks, of course. Solar doesn't drop mahogany planks anymore. Mahogany logs are starting to pile up though. It's from Kingdom and Zora. Hides, tar, tiaras, flax. So I'm over 1 mil flax. I've done a little bit of Zora since the nerf. I don't do it too much. I normally just do it just to keep up with tree seeds. Those always run out. I'll go back to my farm. It's whatever. I think I'm out of tree seeds, so I think I need to kill them like tomorrow or over the weekend sometime. But Dagonauts bones, I'm gonna try to make all those into bone meal. It's gonna take a long time. It's only 39 a day, which is annoying, but I don't even know if they're worth it to make. But I just like piling them up into bone meal, so I'll probably do that. I do DK tasks. Like I said before, I'm 4K base for all of them. But I don't have a single pet yet, so I'm not any closer to finishing them than I was when I started, which is kind of annoying. I think about it, but so I might have a lot more than you see here. Maybe if I do another video in the future. And salt heads, as you can see, there's only 5 of those. I don't do blood velts anymore. I don't do blood velt tasks anymore, so I could probably do those to save at inventory space. Or abyssal demons. I don't do either of those. Those are both. I block abyssal demons and I skip blood velts now. So I could probably just do those. But I'll probably just keep them in there. It's whatever. Okay, let's see here. Recently made all my stabs, so I had 25k a couple weeks ago. So I made all those into air battle stabs. I'm currently in the process of alcheming them, like you saw before. I always try to keep up with arrow shafts for 0 time. I've done it during Wintertide and Herbivore. After I finish Herbivore, either tomorrow or sometime over the weekend, I'll be 50 mil hunter, and I'll probably move on from that. I don't know what else I'm gonna do. I don't like doing them during like herb runs and stuff like that and tree runs. I just can't be asked. But yeah, Prospector, which I'm wearing now because I was just doing Zaya rune crafting, graceful, rogue, and not much after this. This is all my treasure trail items. Well, some of this stuff is 2 gilded pieces, plate body, and kite. Ranger hat and tunic, and there's just some holiday items that I just don't feel like dropping. I could totally drop them, but I just don't feel like it. 4 ornament kits: Fury, Light Infinity color kit, Dark Infinity color kit. I don't have Infinity at all, so it doesn't really. These don't really matter to me. And 3 Dragon Square Shield ornament kits. Oh, and 2 Dragon Legs skirts. I barely ever use them. I have a Dragon Defender ornament kit. The only reason why I use that is so it's actually I don't think it matters anymore. I think you keep it on death no matter what. I think you might used to lose it. It's either that or the Fury. Obviously, you don't use Fury anymore. For anything I do, mostly Slayers is Anguish or Torture, but I used to use it so you could keep it on death. I don't know if I need it to, but at this point, it doesn't really matter too much. I'm pretty sure you just keep like everything on death. It's nuts now. I keep like Mystic sets that you get from monster drops, Slayer monsters that I'm never probably gonna kill again. Let's see. And then this is just some master rewards. So I've dropped a hell of a lot of treasure trail items. I've dropped most of my easy. If it has any like god orientation to it, like Zami, just any of the gods, I try to keep those because those might be useful in the future. Not sure, just just to be safe. But most of my easy, like bronze armor, iron armor, medium clues, and a lot of hard clue rewards I have dropped. I would say anywhere from 100 to 150 items I've dropped off this account. All my god pages I've dropped. The last time I dropped them in bulk was I think the value was 45 mil. I had a lot of Zami pages. I just did a giveaway. I think I got like 5K followers on Twitter, something like that, and I gave them all away to my viewers. Didn't care for them too much. Just wanted to save bank space. And these are only 2 pages that I've gotten since. Maybe I might stack up on the Zami ones again. How much are these worth? I'm just curious. Okay, so they're not worth as much as they used to. But yeah, this is a tab I made recently. Just alkables. I don't really know what I do with this. I alk most of the room most of the time. I used to, send it to the Karamja store, but that doesn't exist anymore. So I normally just alk it when if I'm doing like rooftops or herbivore or something. And this is just this is the master clue items and the implings and stuff. Nothing really noticeable here. I only do masters when I do masters when I get 2 elites. I'm pretty sure 2 elites and 2 hearts, because I don't feel like going out of my way to get hard clues. So now I just get them through Slayer or something, or Zora elites. So that pretty much sums up my bank. I'd say it's a pretty casual bank, normal average RuneScape player bank. If you have any questions about it, drop them below in the comments. I'll happily answer all of them. I did wanted to go. What else did I want to do? My Slayer log, Slayer and boss log. Okay, this is Slayer, right? So let's do this first. Features, view boss log. Okay, so I've completed Gawar's dungeon. As you can see, my Krill one is a lot higher kills than the rest of them. Excuse me. My helm was the last item for Kriara. So the two unlucky Gawar's dungeon bosses were definitely Kriara and Krill. Krill, I have 35 Zami spears and 19 steam staffs. That's how long it took me to get my second hilt at 24.50, whatever it was. I got pet at 70 172 KC. I got my curl pet. And Kriara, I got lucky for my chest plate, I think early on, and then the rest was 500 or 600 plus. It took me actually no, I think I got the chain skirt around like mid 400s, somewhere around there. That was a while ago, I don't remember. But the hilt took like 800 ish, and then the helm took forever, like over 1,000. Low, low thousands. I was happy to finish Kriera because I'm not a huge fan of hunting chins, especially for PVM. So I was happy to get that grind over with. Commander Ziliana, I finished that early. I actually got Pet and Hilt in 3 kills. Pet at 560, which shocked the hell out of me, and then Hilt at 562. I was so happy to get that done. I think Armor Crossbow got like early 500s. So pretty much everything in like 60 or 70 kills, I was happy to finish that. And then Gardor, of course, was the last one I completed. Got the boots pretty early, got the hilt pretty early, and it took around mid 500s to get the chest plate and tassets. Rex Prime and Supreme, pretty average luck. I don't have a pet yet, so I should be due for a pet pretty soon. That's going to be kind of funny if I hit the drop rate for all 3 of those and not have a single pet. Notable from that is it took me 502 KC to get my first B ring. Now, I didn't get my first B ring from doing Rex only. I waited until I was high enough stats, I think like 85, 90 plus, so I could do all 3. So I didn't care about it too much. It's, it was efficient. It was inefficient. You should get B ring early on, but I didn't really care for it at that point. I was just like a skiller, so I didn't feel like doing DKs or something solo Rex to get a B ring. I didn't really mind. I was kind of happy now that I like, now that I look back at it, it would have took absolutely forever. So, Giant Mole did 3k to max just for Bruce and secondaries and seeds. Catfight Queen, easily one of my favorite bosses. I have max gear for that, so I'll probably do those. I'm probably not gonna do. I'll keep up with I'll keep up with Zammy Wines probably. That's about it. I don't think I'm gonna do much more than that. I'll just try to keep the Dwarf Weeds and the Zammy Wines equal. Whenever I do Slayer, basically. Because I really like that boss. That's a neat boss. Always been one of my favorites. Favorite pet. King Black Dragon, I don't kill anymore. I don't have the pet yet. What is the pet rate for that? 1 in 3k, I think? So I'm nearing that drop rate, but it's probably going to be a while. I actually got my first DFS. Super dry on DFS. I'm happy. I was happy to get it at KBD. At least I got something from that boss. So as you can see, the wildy bosses are pretty low. Venenatus is the only thing I have a unique from. Actually, I got my first D pick from Vedion, I'm pretty sure. But I haven't killed any of these 3 for a long time. Callisto, oh man, Callisto is tough. I know there's a few new methods from when I killed it. I didn't really get much out of it. I think there's like that chin method, right? In low wildy. But I might give that a try if I wanna, whenever I want to go back for a tyrannical. Castle Mental, I think I just did a couple tasks of that. Like I said, I don't have any of the wildy shields from these KCs. I only have 2 shards. Might go back for them in the future. Not sure. Bear's Chest, Thorax Helm was my last item. Took me a long time to get DH and to finish my Derek set and my Varric set. My plate skirt somewhere in the I think it's 15 or 1600s, and then DH took about like 1300. So 2 very useful Barrow sets that I got. I got pretty lucky for Arams from what I remember though, which was definitely useful for Sora. Okay, 0 Corp KC. After the BGS buff, I might get my first Corp kill and I might grind out some, but I'm not gonna guarantee it. I don't know yet. That's always been kind of like a meme that I don't kill corp. Not because like I I don't know. It's just it takes so long to get items that I don't want to start it because I don't like not finishing things that I start. And if I start Corp Beast, then I'm gonna feel really obligated to at least try to get like one Spirit Shield, and that might take a long time. I might get lucky, but I don't want to. I don't want to involve myself in that. So I just keep it at 0. It's nice and clean, 0, zip. And maybe in the future I might change that. I don't know yet. Definitely have to get a Tyrannical before I start that though. Zora, 14k. I started doing a lot before the nerf. I grinded it out for like 2 or 3 weeks and got stacked up the items, sharks and everything. And then the nerf happened. And then I stopped killing. I was actually motivated to kill a lot more than what I killed when the nerf happened. But then the nerf happened, got demotivated, and stopped doing it. Now I just go back for tree seeds, pretty much. Jad, 119. That's how long it took me to get the pet. I traded in all capes too, so I was way over the drop rate on that. My 3 Zook kills, 3 Fro capes. Kraken, I got the pet at... See if I can remember. About this drop rate. I think it was like 2001. Yes, 2001, and then I finished the task after I got the pet. Thermi, that took a while. And Cerberus, I got pretty lucky for that one. Pretty sure these are all 1 in 3k, I think. All the Slayer bosses. There should be another Slayer boss in here. Oh yeah, Slayer. I need to just scroll down a little bit. So yeah, that was obviously the one that I got super lucky on. 285. Pet at I think 18 or 19. I'm pretty sure 19. Skatiza, I still don't have the pet for that. 1 away from the drop rate, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I actually don't remember what the drop rate was for this. I think it was like 1 out of 60 something, right? Wintertide, I got 3 pets, 3 phoenixes from Wintertide. My first one was at somewhere in the early thousands. Oh boy, obviously not. And then I'm a little over 400. I did about like 60 or 70 before the counter. And of course I have the bow, the ancestral hat, 2 dragon harpoons, and both the prayers. The ranged archaeologist. Oh, that's the one on Fossil Island. Yeah, so obviously I haven't killed that. So that's my boss kill log. I have 16 pets. Some of them are skilling. I will go through the... What is this? Slayer log, right? Yeah, so... I think I need my Slayer helm actually for that. Okay. I'm on a DAG task right now. I'll probably do that over the weekend. Let's see. Log. Okay. I'm going to go through this real quick. There's nothing too noticeable in here. 12k blood velds. Don't do those anymore. After the Karask buff, I'll probably start doing those, though. Give those a try, because that's a pretty OP buff. I still do Dust Devils. I don't do Abby Specs anymore. I know that's... early level Ironman, you should do that, but I hate the task, and I have over 9k points, 9k Slayer points, so I'm pretty much just going to skip what I want to anymore, and I don't like that task. Kvars too, both these tasks. I don't do. Dust Devils, Barrage in the Catacombs. Skeletal Wyverns, I don't kill anymore. Is Fossil Island Wyvern? Yeah, they're at the bottom. Okay. Skeletal Wyverns I don't kill anymore. That's a skip task for me. Got DFS already, so no need to kill those anymore. Gargoyles, I still kill a lot of them. Necros, probably going to kill them forever. Spiritual Mages I don't kill anymore. Abyssal Demons I don't kill anymore. I might barrage them in the future, but probably not. I forget how many whips I had. I did a bank vid, and I totally didn't see how many whips I had, but I think it was like around like 15 plus. So those I probably won't do for a while. Cape Kraken, Dark Beasts, just for skip. I enabled them and I extended them for to try to get an imbued heart because I don't have an imbued heart yet. But I started doing Slayer more efficiently, and I said I'll try to get him through another monster. So now I just do that as a skip task. Smoke Devils I do. Superior Creatures I don't kill anymore. Brutal Blacks. I could have swore I maybe did one task, but probably not. That was probably before the counter. Excuse me. And Fossil Island Wyverns. I actually recently extended. They're good for Seaweed Spore, which is really good for crafting. And they're decent for like urban farming and stuff. The tree seeds are like, so I do them. So what the hell? I always try to keep up with farming and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my Slayer log. So I went through my bank, my boss log, my Slayer log. And I guess I'll do a quick run through of my POH. I'm not going to go in through the chest or anything like that. I'm just going to show you the layout. It's not too much different than other players. I have the 2 portal rooms right here. I have the altar right here. I have a KQ display since this is my favorite pet. I barely ever take pets around. I always keep them in my house. I barely ever take them out. And then the jars too. Let me see what jars I have. Okay, so I actually put 4 in here. So I have multiples of all these. Except I think I have 1 jar of dirt and 1 miasma. So I keep those in just to save bank space. But nothing really too special here. And then here's all my pets, 16 of them. Can I show you? Oh, yeah, I can show you. I thought you can only see those from the dude and Artie. But I guess not. I guess you can see them right here, too. Those are my pets. KSLE, Zilly, and Krill. Those are the 2 God Wars dungeon pets that I got really early. I don't pet hunt anymore. I might go back in the future, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'll rekindle my motivation for those. Maybe, I'm not sure, but we'll see. KQ, that one took a while, 4,700. All the Slayer pets. Zora, that one took a long time. That was 8,200. I was so happy to get Zora pet. I like that pet too. Yeah, about like 8,200-ish. Chompy, got around the drop rate. Jad, obviously it was a bit dry on. Hot Puppy I got early. This Orphan, I got ridiculously lucky. Beaver, I got around, I want to say 80, 88, I think. 87, 88 wood cutting. Super early. That was my first going pet. Chin, I was catching black chins somewhere around 20 mil-ish, probably for armor or something. I don't have it metamorphosized or whatever. Just, I don't know the whole deal with that. Rocky, excuse me. Rocky, I went pretty dry for. That was around 60 mil, early 60 mils. But I just did art. I was burnt and did Artie Nights for a while, and I just got it randomly. I think I have like 4 or 5 since then, so it's not a big deal. Phoenix, first one was at like 11 or 1200, I forget. Irby, that one is my most recent one. I got at, I want to say, I can just check real quick when I got my Irby. Oh, that was before the counter. So I don't know, maybe like 1500 or something like that. Way under the drop rate, I guess, if you look at it in the Hellcat. So that is my bank vid, Slayer log, boss log, and a little bit of my house. So I don't know if or when I'll do another bank vid. I kind of just, this one I wanted to do just to get out of the way because I promised a lot of people for a while that I would do one, and I guess it's pretty long overdue. So I hope you enjoyed it. I know this is a long video. It's probably close to an hour. So, well, it's my first video. Don't expect if I do any videos in the future, don't expect them to be this long. This was kind of like a outlier, basically. But thanks for watching it. Hope you enjoyed. I might do progress videos in the future. I'm not sure. Just basically don't count on them. But nonetheless, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.